Welcome back to Just Callum. Today we're going to be reviewing this, a Hyena 2, made by OEX. I'll go through all the dimensions, the size, the space, all the little extras it's got, and hopefully it'll be informative to you. First thing I'm going to do when you're setting up, I'm going to take the pen out. So we have a string tied around the middle. This is a slip knot, or a half hick, as people call it. This is how you'll find it. You'll have holes, the pegs, and then so the inner lining here, then your outer here. So let's start on that. So these two here, these two tiles are the back. So I'm going to bring them down there. And then under here, where the windows are the front. Now, this tent has a central front zip, so you can roll the doors up. Both sides have a nice open entranceway, or peg one side down, open up, and then you've got like a half-covered vestibule. So this tent also has two poles, one longer pole and one smaller pole. I'm making this look difficult. There we go. They also have bands around the ends. If you zoom on and out, you can see there's a yellow band around the end there. Okay, and that will correspond with orange, yellow, same thing. So this one will be for the front then. And this one will be for the back, because this is the grey one. As you can see on the end there, it's got a grey band on the metal. You can also tell this is the back one because it is shorter than the other one. What we're going to do is I'm going to peg out the back two points I pointed to earlier. What you're going to want to do is thread the pole through the sleeve, just a bit like this, and have this bend in the middle of the tent, like that. And then you want to clip these pins in here, which you'll have seen on other OEX tents. Clip it in the other side, like that. Okay, so that's the back done. Just do the front. Okay, so just like before, find that pin in the end, like so, like that. And then what you want to do, just pick up the pole that's nice and taut. So once you put the poles in, obviously you're going to have the tunnel shape. You're going to pull the zip down to the front, and where you're going to see these two corners here and here. We're going to peg those out, go inside and set up the inner. 1, 2, just like that. You come around, you can see from the side guidelines to tie it out and tension it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these clips on, like so. So what we're going to do, we're going to go inside and set up this inner line. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up now. You're going to look for the entrance doorway, which is this end for me, and you're going to keep that towards the front for obvious reasons. I'm going to put my door by the entrance. I'm going to push the whole thing in and work from back to front, making sure I clip all the clips in along the way. This is going to be hot. Not in a good way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the corner hooks onto the tie-off points that I've put the pegs through. Both corners of the back. I'll do some noise, as you would do on an all tent. So, on the hook. So, you'll find these loops here, you can see, and you'll just find the nearest one that will be pulled tight. You want to just pop that through, just like that. And you want to go around the diameter of the tent, doing that. So there's the middle section. Next one is up in there. All right. Then you've got the two corners again. You're going to come down onto the corner points. I've done the two corners down in here, down there, and the other side. I've done this top central point here, and now I'm just going to do these two side clips there and there, both sides. Okay, so that's those tire points done. What you can do, as an example, roll the door back, and always roll from the bottom, just there, and a loop, and you can just pop it around like that. That holds your door back. Okay, like all OEX tents, this door does zip all the way away. It comes with a fly net and privacy net. You can just roll it up into a tight ball and tuck it into a door pocket, very handily placed. I bet you're thinking, okay, how much space is in there? Well, I'll show you. So, I'm in the Hyena. As I explained previously in videos, I'm 5'10", so kind of an average sized person. There is absolutely tons of room for me. More room for somebody else, and a whole space on the side for all the gear. So, but because of all this vestibule space here, you can put your boots, your cooking stuff, and your backpacks, and you'll have acres of room inside the sleeping and for clothes storage and all that lovely stuff. This tent is has a 5,000 hydrostatic head, like most OEX tents. It is obviously double skinned. That's why I'm literally dripping sweat in here on a very, I'd say, cool day anyway. You have these side pockets on both sides. So one for either person, for your phone, your head torch, chargers, any like inhaler, medicine sort of stuff. So that's really good. That's it. It has got a bucket ground sheet. So if it was to rain a bit, you've actually got a complete water barrier here up to, I would say it's about 4 inches of the ground, but realistically, you're probably not going to be camping in a 4-inch flood. So water-wise, you're probably going to be absolutely fine. It will probably withstand, I'd say with the guidelines out, a lot of wind, even like Dartmoor storm sort of wind. You also have a little hook. So if you can see that, you also have a little hook right at the back here for a lantern of some kind. 2 vents on either side at the front, a vent on the back with the little stand so you can put it up. A bit more ventilation in the night. Okay. You've also got these tensioners on the inside here, the floor, so you can tension up to make it narrower or wider depending on how you want to set the tent up. But it's not exactly particularly tall. It's quite subtle, and obviously this one being a green one, it will blend in. So if you are camping over Dartmoor and don't want to be a bit more of a, want to be doing a bit more of a stealth camp, this could be your ideal choice. Okay, so we've got this up. Didn't take long, probably about 10 minutes, which is ideal, especially when you're wild camping. But now we've got it up, I'm going to show you how to take it down again. You have 2 options when taking it down. You can take all of the inner lining out, fold that up, and then do the fly sheet and take that down and fold that up, and then pegs and so forth. Or you could do the cheap and easier way, which makes it easier when you're setting up next time, which is to leave it all interior inside and fold the whole thing down as one, so that when you set it up, the whole thing sets up as one. The easiest way to do this, I'd say you want to take the 2 front pegs out, undo the poles as you would do, as you did, you just do the reverse of what you did when you were setting up. One other thing I would say is when you are sitting down a tent, you want to leave the doors open. And I say this, as I've said this previously, because if you leave the doors open, there's a space for the air to release. If you don't leave the doors open, you're going to try to pack down a tent and squeeze air out of a fly sheet and an inner lining that doesn't want to come out. Okay. One pole down. I would suggest, as I do on every tent I set up, that when you do use this, get yourself your own pegs. Don't use the ones that are supplied. Now, the ones that are supplied are still all right. There's no harm in using them. But the issue comes when, because they're made of cheap steel, and they are very thin, it's very easy to bend them, especially if you're pushing, for instance, pushing in the tent pegs with your feet. So I would suggest possibly investing in some thicker, high quality tent pegs. You want to get your bag, you want to measure the width. Now this width of this bag, I would say you want a little bit of a roll, because obviously this is another waterproof bag, much like OEX usually do. You have your roll downs, that, then you clip across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave about 4 inches, and that's the width I want the tent, roughly. I'd say that's about, we'll take halfway. So we're going to fold it in half, roll it up, put the poles in, and start stuffing the bag. Another thing I want to point out is, as with every OEX tent, it has a piece of paper stitched to the inside of the bag, of which you've got not only the tent, how it's supposed to look, and all the contents you should have, but also a good way to assemble it and a way to pack it down as well, which I think is very good of OEX to include. So let's tuck those front in. Lift the back up a little bit and tuck it in with a triangle shape, and just pull it forwards like I'm doing an envelope, and just fold it in half. So as we've done before, grab your tent pegs, grab your tent poles, pop them together. Yep, that's about right. And roll it up. Making sure that you periodically stop to tuck the edges in, so that when you get to the end, it's nice and straight on both sides. Just tie a simple half hitch after a knot. It's basically a bow, but you pull one of them through. And there we go. So one end in first. Showing you previously. Pinch the top, push the air out, roll it over 3 times over itself. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Bend it round and clip it together. Nice and simple. So, apart from a lot of sweat, it was very easy to put up and put down with a Hyena. And now, because I've put it down with the inner lining already in it, I'll just unroll it out, unfold it, pop the tent poles in, and it'll pop up straight away. Very, very simple. So yeah, Hyena 2, made by OEX. Quality tent. I would say if you were going to do a camp, this is good. You would probably want to do a couple of days camp in this, because it's definitely spacious enough for it, and it's also quite big. So strapping it to your back might be a bit of a difficulty, but if you were to doing it for 2 days, this would make sense. Motorcycle camps, this would be brilliant for. It's perfect width to just plonk on the back of your bike, on your seat, strap it down, and it's almost the width, well, definitely less the width than a bike with 2, say, Givey panniers on. The OEX Hyena 2. It's a quality tent and worth a look at if you're doing a couple of days out in the wilderness. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If it's been informative, then I'm really pleased. If not, then thank you for still watching. Please leave the video a like if you liked it. Please subscribe if you're new, or if you're not new and you've seen my videos but you've been watching my kind of progression through the YouTube scene, as it were. I'd appreciate a subscribe. It would mean a lot. This has been the OEX Hyena 2. I'll see you on the next one.